Right, hello. Welcome to my first upload to YouTube. My name's Ash, and I'm a sim racing addict. So I've been sim racing for about 6 months. Started on Xbox on Forza, which is not sim racing. Got my PC in January, and yeah, literally have not stopped. So we've got a nice sim grid daily C race here at Zandvoort in the Porsche. My favourite car. Probably my second favourite track after Bathurst. Definitely not the track I'm second quickest at. So here we go. Porsche's always great off the start, but just want to take it a little bit easy going into T1. There you go. Ferrari bounces off that Porsche there. So yeah, you got to just don't get too aggressive because these guys just don't care. They'll happily ruin your race and just rage quit. You know, it's not like a league race or anything, so there's a lot of Porsches in this lobby, which I was really glad to see. Maybe only like one Aston. You can see he's currently sat in P2. Always nice to see a lack of them after, you know, they are very, very popular in this game. And for good reason. I've never personally driven it, but I've heard good things about it. I'm pretty much addicted to the Porsche, just love the way it feels. So anyway, as you can probably tell from the title of the video, this was a pretty nutty race. I won't ruin the result. It was, yeah, literally crazy. There was, let's say, a mixed bag of ability. There was some guys lower back that were really, really inexperienced. And, you know, I guess you got to learn somewhere, but some of them really didn't have any racecraft, didn't know any race etiquette. I was blocked a couple times in quali, so I think the time was only like a 1:36.5 or 6 or something. That, you know, got me 7th odd place for the start of the race, which isn't too bad. There are some quick guys in these sim grid races, so I actually wasn't too disappointed with that. So it's a shame in replays you can't see the rearview mirror, because this is the first of let's say a few incidents in this race. You can see the Ferrari is hot on my tail. And I think he tried to do me under braking and then came out of it. After actually watching the replay, he slammed on the brakes. He was going to make the corner. He braked before me. And then he lifted off the brake and just hit my corner. And yeah, sent me off. I lost what, 2 places? That was P5 down to P7 now. So we've got a fight on our hands. So here again, you know, it's kind of rinse and repeat with this guy. Keep getting really close. One of us makes a mistake, drops back, but the gaps in front, you can see the guy in front has pulled a little bit of a gap. Mr. Ham. And yeah, so I actually got hit there. Guy went for a move and just took me out. I might show a replay if I can figure out the editing side of it. Yeah, so as you can see here, he Mr. Brewer, again, tries to go up the inside. There was just not even a chance of a move there. And just smashes into me. But yeah, it was just... went for a move at the inside, didn't work. And then I think here... because I had to go off onto the sand, these guys got really close. Now, I know Brewer has already made contact with me going into T1, and the guy behind was really close. And right there, I thought I'd go to the racing line and realise he was so close. And then this Bentley, you can't actually see it very well in there, but he actually outbrakes himself and makes contact with me. And then he goes straight in front of me and then actually gets taken out. I didn't see him. Well, I might put a quick clip of the onboard, but yeah, I didn't see him. I didn't realise he was on my inside. I had so much less speed coming out of turn 1 that I ended up going towards the right to get back onto the racing line. And yeah, he ends up cutting across me, and I catch his rear end and took him out. But, you know, karma for punting me going into turn 1. So, yeah, so I've got my work cut out for me again here. I've fallen 3 seconds back to the guy in front. And need to start catching them again. But, you know, they're fighting, so I'm thinking, right, if I just keep it clean, I could try and catch them. But at this point, I've got about 10 seconds of damage. Car doesn't quite feel right. So I'm thinking, oh god, what am I going to be able to do from here? So yeah, we'll cut ahead a little bit. When I'm a bit closer, we'll see what happens. Right, so we're about 2-3 laps down the line, and this is where the back markers start coming into play. So as you can see here, there's been a bit of an incident, and I think it was one of the back markers, yeah, got in the way of someone. This Audi in front is the back marker, and I didn't know what he was doing. He was so unpredictable. He ends up getting out of the way there, so fair play to him. But yeah, I think he might have made contact with one of the guys in front, and luckily slowed a few down and helped me catch up to them. But there's a Lamborghini in this race, not the guy at the front. There's a Lamborghini back marker who was absolutely unreal. You'll see him. I'm not going to name drop him. You know, I actually had a chat with him after the race, but yeah, very inexperienced. He actually blocked me in quali. I was on a fast lap and he'd spun, so I knew he wasn't on a lap, and unfortunately blocked me. So just trying to think, is this where the Lambo back marker is, or is that the guy up front? Yeah, so I think this Lambo's a back marker. Yeah, this Lambo, see a couple cars in front. He's in like last place. So, you know, he's being lapped after 12 laps, and he ends up, yeah, completely going across. I had to slam on the brakes to avoid that guy. I don't know how I did that. But yeah, so the guy in the Lambo ends up coming out. And then, oh, it was absolutely disastrous. He ends up taking this guy out in front of me. Bless it. Look at that. Like, oh my God. Completely takes him out. I don't know what he was doing. He wasn't even on the racing line. Didn't lose control, I don't think. He just slammed into that Mercedes. And yeah, he was raging, as you could tell. He was on the chat going absolutely mental with this guy, and everyone was just saying, look, if you're not going to let people pass you properly, you should just leave. But he stayed in the race. He was there for the whole 45 minutes. Fair play to him. He stuck it out for spite. I think he pit twice. He pit once, and he got a 30-second stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He was in second gear, bless him, and he just mashed the accelerator down the pit lane. Probably didn't have a clue what was going on. And yeah, he comes into play again later on. You'll see. This is what I mean. This is just, you know, in a few incidents. That poor Merc getting absolutely taken out. And now we're hot on the heels of 5th place here. So I'm thinking, okay, we've made up one position from earlier. I'm thinking I could be quicker than these guys. They're racing. The guy in the Porsche up front, Orwell, I think he qualified on pole. So I know he's got some pace. And then this Lexus is all over him. You see the Lambo in front. He's dropped down to 3rd. And then we've got a Porsche in 1st, which is nice to see. You don't see Porsches that much, especially in the sim grid races. So it is nice to see a Porsche, or a few Porsches actually in this race, and especially one up front. So I'm thinking this Lexus is going to be difficult to pass. I'm going to have to wait for a mistake because they're fast on the straight, and I have no speed on the straight. And again, completely missed the apex. I don't know what this Lambo was doing. He seemed to dip out a little bit, so I tried to get as much slipstream as I could. And yeah, I can't remember what he did, but right here, literally had to swerve to avoid that guy. I don't know what kind of line he was taking. But come back onto the racing line, yeah, there's a Lamborghini, that guy who overtook on the straight. He ended up bumping into me. Again, this is the back marker. That's the same back marker as earlier. And yeah, after his pit stop, I ended up spinning him around. Which, yeah, obviously it was completely unintentional, but I thought it was quite funny because he was already last. And yeah, just getting in the way of people, especially on this track, it's quite narrow. You need to just get out of the way, especially when there's people battling, coming through. If you're just one person, you know, you can just wait until the straight, but it's difficult when you've got 2, 3, 4 plus cars coming through. You've got to be a bit more considerate. But yeah, we're hot on the tail of the Porsche now, so he's dropped down to 4th. He's either losing pace or maybe he's got damage. I can see a bit of damage in the back of his car. And judging by some of the back markers, etiquette, we'll say, I would not be surprised if he'd made contact with one of them. The gaps are still really small up front. I think there's a maximum of, you know, second or so. Ah, so here you go, it's just refreshed. So yeah, guy in 3rd. He's 3 seconds behind second. But I'm catching this guy. He must have damage. You can see it all over the back of his car. But then I think, judging from what my car looked like at the end, I probably had similar damage. Slightly better final corner again. Now, this is when I learned that the only car a Porsche can overtake on a straight is a Porsche. Now, I don't know what area he was running. I think I was running quite high. But I was thinking, you know, I could probably get him under braking here. And he tries to get the inside. Actually gets punted by that Ferrari. He's the same guy that hit me. And he punted the Porsche behind. So, yeah, he probably wasn't best pleased. Really, really close racing in this. It was really good fun, to be fair. So we're 15 laps into it. Probably just over halfway through. And now we're on the hunt for this Lexus again. And I know he's got some pace because he's really pushing that Porsche. So I'm thinking, oh, God, he might just be let loose now. I might just have to be battling these guys behind me because, yeah, this Brewer guy, he really wanted to get past me. You know, he made contact with me earlier on. He's just made contact with another Porsche. And you can see I got a little bit of a wiggle on out that corner, and yeah, he's close. So we're coming out to another back marker here. This guy, bless him, he was quite slow, but he got out of the way quite nicely there. And we're within a second of the Lexus again. And you can see P2 literally just in front of him, and then that bright orange Porsche right at the front. So top four very close to each other. I've managed to pull a bit of a gap on Brewer behind me as well in the Ferrari. So I'm thinking, right, these guys have been pretty consistent. I don't know if they're going to make a mistake. I just need to push as hard as I can because, like I said, very difficult to overtake on this track. So it's just taking the opportunities when they come. And somehow managed to put a little bit of a gap on me here. I know they're battling, so I'm just thinking, right, you know, they might make contact. These are the things you need to do. It's just about patience, really. Like, you could be really close to someone with the opportunity of making a move, and it just never comes. Then they could make a mistake, and as long as you're really close, they could only lose half a second to a second, but you can really capitalize from that if you're just consistent, close, try not to make many mistakes. And yeah, you can see here, really, really close to these guys. They're batting, so I'm thinking, right, you could go for a move here. I might be able to. And you see the Lexus does go for it. Completely outbrakes himself. Has to go on the sand. And I'm thinking, oh, God, please don't come on and take me out. He comes on and fair play. He keeps to the left. That's third place. Right, we're on the podium thinking, okay, the Aston's just made a mistake. I know I can't overtake him on the straight. Because the Aston is pretty decent on the straight. Well, it's pretty decent everywhere. Almost impossible to slide, and just a great all-round car. So, only half a second back. I think we've got a good chance here. Definitely for a podium. You know, I can tell he's not good on the brakes. So I managed to get really close to him here, and I genuinely cannot remember what happens from here. So, this will be as surprising for me as it will be for all three of you viewers. So, he's making little mistakes here. He's not hitting the racing line. Maybe his tyres are going. So we're 18 laps in, so what's that? We're about 35 minutes in here, so people's tyres might start to be going here. No mandatory pit stop in these 40-minute races, 45-minute races. So, yeah, see, he doesn't seem to really have the grip. Maybe he's using a quali setup or something, but through this corner I had so much more speed. Exit was fantastic and just got a really good move up the inside. Managed to make it stick, and then exit again. So much more speed in the exit of that corner, and managed to keep it in front of him. And I just thought, right, stay on the racing line, keep it clean for this bit. And there we go, P2. Now I'm thinking, okay, another Porsche up front. I've already passed one Porsche. I'm thinking, right, let's go for the win here. Anything can happen. And I know he's quick. I'm partly thinking, oh, God, I need to keep this Aston behind me on the straight because I know they're quicker than me. I'm thinking, right, need to get a good exit. That obviously was not great. And again, lifting through this corner, I am nursing a bit of damage here, so I think it affected my front aero and just was not gripping through that final corner. I was understeering like mad. But I knew I had decent pace everywhere else, so it was just a case of waiting, taking the opportunities when they come. And again, completely missed the apex there on the second part of that corner. But I'm gaining on this guy very, very steadily. Yeah, do not hit that curve. I could have ended a lot worse. The amount of times I've ended up in that wall just there on that hairpin corner because I've gone onto the grass. So again, this guy's tyres could be going. I seem to be catching him a little bit. I think I'm within about 1.2 seconds or so now. Oh, good guess. There we go. 1.2 seconds. Guy behind has fallen back a tiny bit. So I'm just thinking, right, concentrate, be consistent. He's completely missed that apex there. So again, he's probably lost about half a second there. Keep a nice, tight, late apex on that corner. And I brake at the ambulance just here on the right. So brake there. I've got a much wider field of view when I'm actually racing. This is just the replay footage. It's a shame you can't see the review camera, but I'm thinking, right, he's blocking the inside here. So I definitely can't get a move. I'm just going to try and get a really good exit off of here. He's had to take a bit of a tighter entry because he was playing the defensive move, which was, you know, fair play, would have done the same. And then here, I'm so close. What's this? 2/10. So I'm like, right, get a really good exit. I might be able to get him on the straight. So mega close to this guy. And I'm thinking, right, I overtook that Porsche earlier. And I'm like, I really want the inside line here. So I took the marbles on the inside there. You know, he yielded a tiny bit. And yeah, just under braking. He definitely tried to outbrake me and just went a bit too far. And I managed to get him on the inside, which I was pretty happy with that. I just thought I'll brake where I normally brake. You know, depending on where he's going to brake. If he brakes the same place as me, I've got the inside line. If he brakes later, I'm going to be able to, again, I've got the inside line. So, yeah, that's just a good thing about being quicker than someone on the straight, which, yeah, doesn't happen very often in the Porsche. But luckily against another Porsche, get the slipstream. It seems to go down pretty well. So now I'm thinking, okay, please do not run into any more back markers because that would just be, yeah, dramatic. They've already taken out, what, 3-4 people, ruined their races, literally ruined them. I'm like, right, okay, just want to take it easy. I've pulled a decent gap on this guy in the Porsche. So it's just a case of being consistent. Don't make any big mistakes because, you know, the barriers are pretty close on this track. And you go into the sand, that's it. You're done. So here we go. We're coming up to the back markers again. Yes, that is the same green Ferrari that I've already lapped. So we're coming to double lap him. And this Audi, I'm thinking, oh no, we're going into this really fast part of the circuit now. I'm going to be stuck behind him. He looks like he's got a bit of damage as well. And I'm flashing him like, please, please move over. And then he just slams on the brakes. I smash into him. I think I've got about 5-6 seconds of damage from that. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And the car instantly feels different. Absolutely no front end grip. Luckily, we're fairly near the end of the race here. But, oh, geez, like, of all places, to just slam on the brakes. And yeah, you can see completely out of my groove now. I think I was a little bit frustrated with that. But, oh God, it was just like... And this guy in front, like, going off. And, oh, we're coming out to that dreaded Lambo again. And he was just going, yeah, absolutely ham on everyone. Hopefully this guy moves out of the way. Literally lapped him already. Yeah, so fair play to him. He moves out of the way. You know, that's how you get lapped. Like, you know, it's just standard racing etiquette. Move off the racing line, slow down, let them pass. You know, luckily I've got a decent gap to the guy in front. It's 4 seconds now, and yeah, there. Completely underestimated the lack of downforce that I did not have. Completely missed the corner and, yeah, went onto the grass, which, yeah, luckily didn't lose out too much. But I'm fairly certain that this is the absolute wrecking ball of a Lambo driver. I'm thinking, how on earth am I going to get past this guy? We're coming onto the really fast part of the track again. I'm starting to get a little bit concerned. So, I'm probably flashing him here. I'm just like, right, I'm not going to go for any silly moves. I'm going to try and stay as close to him as possible, but without actually trying to get past him. But, look, I mean, he could have slowed down in a few places. Especially coming into this corner, there's a little bit of a straight, so I dive up the inside. And that's all I really could have done, because he didn't really seem to be wanting to slow down. Maybe he thought he was fighting for position. I really don't know. But, oh, God, yeah, just like literally shitting myself every single time I come up on someone thinking, what's going to happen? Is my race going to be ruined? So, we're coming up to the end here. Pretty smooth sailing. Trying to keep it on track. So let's see what happens. Right, so we're coming out to the final corners of the track now. Final corners of the whole race, actually. And I'm just pretty buzzed, you know, because I've been nursing damage the whole race. It's been, yeah, dramatic to say the least. And I've not had many sim grid wins, so, you know, I was pretty pleased with myself, and especially because I love this track. And it's, I think, maybe only my second ever race at Zandvoort online. Yeah, pretty happy with that. P1, about 4.5 seconds to the guy in front. Looks like the Lexus overtook the Porsche, but yeah, it was just, yeah, pretty dramatic. So I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. Hit the like button if you did. Subscribe if you can. That'd be great. Hoping to put some more content out there. I'm going to be streaming on YouTube, or planning to stream on YouTube soon with some of my league races and stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It should be some good fun. Got some endurance races coming up as well, so should be putting that out. And yeah, anything like this I'll be looking to upload. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. Let me know any comments, any suggestions down below, what you think of the stream and the quality and the kind of audio and everything. This is literally the first time I've been doing this, so yeah, any feedback, really appreciate it. And yeah, have a great day. Cheers.